Now on CoastTV News.
September is ending on a damp note for Delmarva. We're seeing cloudy skies this morning, areas of drizzle and more drizzle and light rain on the way. Then we finally dry it out by Wednesday. Details coming up.
Crash and chase, 3 arrests made from a crash in Ellendale while the search continues for a 4th suspect.
Liquor license simplified. We're looking at the new process for one-day events in Worcester Place.
Throw it to Henry. Touchdown number 2 for number 22.
Ravens roll the domination by Derrick Henry and a Sunday night win over the Bills.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Monday, September 30th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during this 5 o'clock hour.
And final day of September. Paige, I was able to squeeze some time in at the beach before fall for me really sets in, but Saturday was a spectacular day at the beach.
It was, definitely. I heard about it. I wasn't here. I was out of town, but I heard it was great. So
Waves were great.
Good.
Best waves of the season in IMO.
IMO.
Yeah.
And a good weekend for football for most Delmarva fans, right?
Not Eagle fans.
Not Eagle fans. We got the Ravens fans and Commanders fans waking up happy this morning.
Eagle fans are probably lighting up the sports radio talk phones this morning.
That's right. But 2 out of 3 is not bad.
I'll take it.
We're doing okay. Yeah. So we're going to bring in Bob right now. Bob, we're coming off this really good weekend, but what are we looking at today?
Well, we're looking at drizzly and rainy conditions this morning, guys. Good morning to you. Good morning, Delmarva. We are looking at a lot of clouds, drizzle, light rain to wrap up the month of September. Where did this month go? We're looking at a lot of clouds all across the region. Once again, that patchy drizzle does not show up on radar, and we have some more light rain a little bit farther to our south and west. So that will be heading our way. We still have an upper level low back to our west with the remnants actually of Helene here, and this will be moving to the east, and that will keep our weather unsettled the next couple of days. Temperatures out the door, 66 in Georgetown, Milton 67, 68 for Bethany Beach and Rehoboth as well. And we have a northeasterly breeze, kind of raw out there. It's going to be that kind of day, raw, cloudy, maybe a few breaks every once in a while, drizzle and light rain as well. Temperatures not rising all that much by noon. We're in the low 70s, and that's pretty much it for highs around 72 in Millsboro, Seaford 73, and even some upper 60s along the coast. And we're looking at, well, more raw conditions into this evening as we keep it cloudy all day. I would grab the sunglasses too. It could be a little bright at times, but also have the umbrella handy, and we keep it wet for a couple more days. Then we finally dry it out by Wednesday. Much more on your forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, new drone video here shows the widespread devastation in Horseshoe Beach, Florida. It's caused by Hurricane Helene. Reports of a 12-foot storm surge pushed through this small town, destroying numerous homes. People there, they've been without power and water since Thursday night. And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says 11 people have died in that state due to the hurricane.
Ooh, that's a terrible video there. All right, well, we have some new information this morning about an accident in Ellendale that we first brought to you on Friday. According to Delaware State Police, it was early Friday morning around 2:35 a.m. A black Honda CR-V was swerving around the road. A trooper tried to pull that car over. Instead, that car took off and it turned into a chase. Eventually, it crashed into a parked truck. You can see the results of that right there on your screen. 2 men were in the vehicle. They were taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries.
Yeah, here's where things take another turn. Also on Friday, there was a burglary alarm at the Sheehan Beach in Lewis, and the suspects were reportedly in a black Honda CR-V. Delaware State Police reports that during an investigation, they found stolen merchandise from the business in the vehicle. 3 arrests have been made, and several charges have been filed. 34-year-old Richard Francis, 20-year-old Marcus Gallman, and 20-year-old Alon Melson were all arrested. A 4th suspect is still missing.
And this is now a good time for a quick reminder for drivers out there. Just be extra careful on the roads at all times. Maryland State Police pushing everyone to have their wipers on, your headlights on when it rains. Don't forget, it is the law. For Delaware, actually some new statistics from DelDOT. So there have been 97 deaths on Delaware roads in 2024. That is a 10% drop actually from last year, but it's still higher than, of course, anyone wants to see. DelDOT is reminding you, buckle up, be alert, drive sober, and slow down. Happening right now, the Ocean City Police Department wants concert fans to be on the lookout for scams. Ocean's Calling is all finished up, but we have next week Country Calling, which is sold out. So with that in mind, OCPD is warning people looking for last-minute tickets. Do your homework. You can get verified resale tickets for these events, and that's probably what you want to do so you don't lose your hard-earned cash. Deals that look too good to be true probably are. OCPD says be aware of tickets that are significantly cheaper than $100.
Okay, this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, have you ever been scammed?
I hope not. Let's see. 79% of you say you have. Yikes. 7% of you no. 14 of you are too embarrassed to say. That probably means yes then, right?
That's where I would lean, Paige.
I think so.
Because I don't think you would be embarrassed to say no.
No, I don't think so. But don't forget, our poll's anonymous. You don't have to be embarrassed.
Yeah, but yeah, I think at this point in time, with everything going on, I'd be surprised if someone was not scammed.
Yeah, don't be embarrassed. We're all in this together. So don't forget, you can still vote. Scan that QR code or go to coasttv.com/vote or vote on our app. The proposed Belhaven Hotel is a story that we've been covering extensively on Coast TV. And happening today, that hotel proposed to go on the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk right around where the Candy Kitchen currently is back before the Planning Commission. At a meeting in July, the Planning Commission recommended several clarifications to the site plan for the applicant to consider, which related to height regulations, lot coverage, minimum parking spaces, and the loading dock. The public hearing on this will be held at 1:30 this afternoon.
President Joe Biden left the coast on Sunday. It was around 1:48 in the afternoon. Here on your screen is the president leaving from Dover Air Force Base, and this was his fourth consecutive weekend spent in Delaware. Previous three were at his Wilmington area home. Breaking overnight, it ended just a few hours ago on Coast TV. The Ravens getting another monster game from Derrick Henry. He ran for a touchdown, caught a pass for a touchdown. The Ravens take care of business at home against the Bills, 35-10. Well, more on this game later on Coast TV News Today. Getting a one-day liquor permit for events in Worcester County will now be more convenient. The Worcester County Development Review and Permitting released a statement last week regarding changes they're making. The permitting process for a one-day liquor permit can now be completely done online. The Deputy Director of Permitting says taking this process online will be easier for everyone.
We're here to serve the public. We're here to get the nonprofits out there, and we want everybody to have a good time here.
If you're looking to have a one-day liquor permit, per diem permit license for your event, you need to submit it 30 days prior for approval. Well, just over a month to go to Election Day, and the vice presidential debate just a day away. New polls show the race for the White House remains tight, ramping up the stakes of that VP debate on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's moving fast. NBC's Alice Barr shows us the impact it may have on how voters cast their ballots in November.
5 weeks until Election Day, the candidates are hitting the trail hard.
Hello, Pennsylvania.
As this week's focus shifts to the vice presidential nominees set to square off in tomorrow night's debate. Vice President Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, prepping in Michigan. With Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg playing the part of Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, former President Trump's running mate. He's prepping with House Republican whip Tom Emmer in the role of Walz.
He'll hold him accountable. I think J.D. will do a great job.
Vice President Harris overnight arguing the VP debate should not be the last word, again pressing for another presidential face-off.
As you say here in Las Vegas, I'm all in.
She continued her immigration focus in Nevada following Friday's Arizona border visit, seeking to walk a line as polls show Democrats' advantage with Latino voters continuing to shrink. The vice president calling for both tougher border security and an earned pathway to citizenship.
Including for hard-working immigrants who have been here for years, including our dreamers.
Former President Trump in Pennsylvania slammed Harris over the border, questioning her new proposals for more border agents and fentanyl detection.
Why hasn't she done it? You know, my expression with her, you can say every word she utters. Why haven't you done it?
While ramping up deeply personal attacks on the vice president's intelligence, drawing more Republican calls to stick to the issues. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
All right, we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, Paige, on Coast TV News Today, the new pedestrian and bicycle improvements coming to Milford and why some are ready for this change.
Also ahead, preparing for flu season, where on Delmarva you can get free flu shots to stay healthy this winter.
And the potential longshore worker strike could cause food shortages, which popular items could be hard to come by, and why prices could skyrocket. Coast TV News Today is back after this.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, Coast TV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Our mission here at the Boardwalk Buddy Walk is simple: to create a community where people with Down syndrome or any other cognitive disorder can live, learn, work, and play. That's why every October, we invite family and friends to a full weekend of acceptance and inclusion in Rehoboth Beach. This year's event takes place on October 12th at 9 a.m. at the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk and Bandstand. So come out to this year's Boardwalk Buddy Walk and Walk. For more info, go to boardwalkbuddywalk.com, sponsored by Coast TV.
It is 5:12 on this murky Monday morning. Bay Health Cam in Dover. Visibility is pretty good, but you might be seeing a little bit of patchy drizzle out there. But you can see visibility is 10 miles across the area. That said, it's still going to be a little damp out there on the roads. Seeing a lot of clouds, some of that patchy drizzle that doesn't show up on radar. We are seeing light rain farther back to our west and southwest. That could be drifting our way as we're watching this pesky upper level low slowly heading our way, keeping our weather unsettled the next couple of days. Out the door, temperatures in the 60s. Make sure the kiddos have the umbrella and a heavier jacket, raincoat preferably. Drizzle and light rain off to school this morning, 67. Then heading home, not warming up too much, 71, more drizzle and light rain.
Back in August, BB Healthcare opened a new location in an ongoing effort to provide follow-up care for patients being discharged from the Margaret H. Rollins Lewis campus. The office is located at 1305 Savannah Road in Lewis, and there'll be a short ceremony followed by a ribbon cutting for the Coordinated Care Center tonight at 5:30. Chief drivers are preparing for some lane closures and delays. DelDOT will be doing some general maintenance work at the railroad crossing on Stein Highway, and this will begin this morning around 7. This is expected to be done by Friday, October 4th at 5 p.m.
Longshore workers at East and Gulf Coast ports could go on strike Tuesday, which could choke off many popular products. Businesses have been watching this strike deadline, and many are doing what they can now to prepare for a shutdown. This could lead to shortages of things like chocolate, alcohol, and popular fruits like bananas and cherries. An extended strike could lead to shortages of certain cars. On top of that, it could also mean higher prices for the goods that are available. Songs by Adele, Bob Dylan, Green Day, and many more are blocked by YouTube in a legal dispute with the performing rights organization SESAC. Attempts to play many songs by those artists on Saturday were met with this message saying, "This video contains content from SESAC. It is not available in your country." Then in a statement to Variety, a YouTube rep said they were not able to reach an agreement with the SESAC before the current agreement expired, despite all of their best efforts. We'll see what happens. All right, well, coming up after the break, where on Delmarva you can get free flu shots to stay healthy this winter.
Looking a little misty as we're looking at the Ferris wheel in Ocean City. It's going to be that kind of day, kind of drizzly and misty. You need that rain gear, in fact, the next couple of days. Then we finally dry things out midweek. Then good for the rest of the weekend into the weekend. Your full forecast in 2 minutes.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7. Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on CoastTV.
Foul odors, discolored water. Are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Hi y'all, it's April from Coast Country, and every Tuesday I get the honor of highlighting an amazing teacher right here on Delmarva with Teacher Feature. If you know a teacher who deserves some extra love, those who go above and beyond every day, head to coastcountry.com and nominate them today. Then tune in each Tuesday to hear their story. Teacher Feature right here every Tuesday at 11 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning and Vernon Powell Shoes.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
Approaching 5:17 on this Monday morning, and you are now getting a live look at Ocean City. Bob, I was checking out some of the cameras earlier today in that area, saw some drizzle. I know you've been tracking on some of the rain that we might be getting this week.
Yeah, we have it out there. Just enough to get the wiper blades going this morning, Matt. Kind of the nuisance rain, the drizzle that we're looking at. And that rain sticks around for a couple more days. We're looking at a 40% chance of getting wet today, up to 50% Tuesday, and then it drops off. Maybe some rain early Wednesday, and then we're down to 0 Thursday and Friday as we finally dry things out behind the cold front. And it was an extremely muggy weekend across Delmarva. It's still pretty muggy out there today. It looks like we're in that muggy range next couple of days, and then we do dry it out. You can see how that line dips into the more comfy range as we go through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So the humidity will eventually drop, but not right now. It's muggy, kind of damp out there. 67 in Delmar and Salisbury, 67 in Milton. Indian River Inlet right now, you've got 69 degrees, and we still have an onshore wind, a northeast wind right now at around 10 to 20 miles per hour along the coast. Watch out for maybe a little minor flooding at time of high tide, lighter winds inland as we're looking at lots of clouds and some of that patchy drizzle. Nothing in the way of anything on radar right now. Back to our west, we are looking at some showers back through D.C. down the I-95 corridor. So some of this light rain could be making its way our way as we go through the next few hours as we're watching an upper level low. Some of this moisture is actually tropical moisture from Helene from days ago, and this upper level low is finally slowly moving to the east. So it's going to take a little while for it to get through our area. Here's Futurecast this morning. Lots of clouds at 6 a.m. and we're looking at temperatures into the 60s, and temperatures only rise a few degrees today because of the cloud cover. By noon, 73 in Millsboro, 71 in Seaford. Upper 60s along the coast with that northeast wind. Areas of patchy drizzle and some light rain. Nothing all that heavy. And then we go into the overnight hour, still looking at a lot of clouds, still some patchy drizzle as well. Then we move into Tuesday. It's similar to today. Lots of clouds, and we're looking at patchy light rain. Those winds still coming in out of the northeast. And then we move into early Wednesday, and we finally see this system starting to move offshore when we finally dry things out. Winds still coming in off the ocean. situation, but I think we do finally see some sunshine for the end of the weekend, even into the weekend as well. Rain over the next couple of days, not all that impressive, only a few hundredths of an inch, maybe up to about a tenth of an inch in some places. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Kind of rainy, drizzly the next couple of days. Nothing all that heavy. 72 today, 71 on Tuesday, and then we finally clear it out Wednesday. 74, at least a mix of sun and clouds, and then upper 70s, still dry through the end of the week. And right now the weekend looking good, a little cooler too. 77 Saturday, sunshine on Sunday, and 74. Rosa Mae Smith Frazier is our umbrella winner today from Del Mar. Congratulations, Rosa Mae, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. Tidal Health will have their annual Delaware Flu Clinic at the Apple Scrapple Festival Saturday in Bridgeville, October 12th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Clinical teams will be providing the walk-up vaccines and will be located at the Tidal Health Community Wellness Van next to the firehouse. Seasonal flu shots will be given to ages 8 and older.
The Wicomico County Health Department is changing the hours for its medical assistance programs. Starting today, services will be available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m., excluding holidays. The program offers free non-emergency transportation for eligible medical assistance recipients in Wicomico County.
After the break, biking and walking in Milford, the new streetscape improvement plan that's going to make the city more pedestrian friendly. Coast TV News Today returns in a moment.
Hi y'all, it's April from Coast Country, and every Tuesday I get the honor of highlighting an amazing teacher right here on Delmarva with Teacher Feature. If you know a teacher who deserves some extra love, those who go above and beyond every day, head to coastcountry.com and nominate them today. Then tune in each Tuesday to hear their story. Teacher Feature right here every Tuesday at 11 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning and Vernon Powell Shoes.
Fall into planning at Bella Terra Garden Center. Autumn is the perfect time of year for planting. Come check out our locally sourced collection of trees and shrubs of all shapes and sizes. Did you know that Bella Terra is open 7 days a week? Join our garden club for big savings and first access to all sale promotions. Stocked with the smallest succulents to the tallest of trees, Bella Terra Garden Center is here for all your gardening needs. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Located right off Route 16 in Ellendale.
At Delmarva Roofing and Coating, we believe in longevity. Since our start in 1988 and 10 million square feet of roofing later, we've gained the experience to solve your roofing problems. We combine those years of knowledge with cutting-edge technology to guide you through every project phase, inspection, maintenance, or installation. You can count on us to safeguard your investment with a reliable roof and service after the sale. Serving Delmarva for over 3 decades, Delmarva Roofing and Coating, above all, a good roof.
Welcome to the brand new Bath by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Bath by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etched tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Bath by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Taylor Oil Company leads a family of services offering energy solutions to Delmarva since 1927. Summer heat can be taxing on cooling systems. Now is the time to look into savings offered by the latest energy-efficient heat pumps and air conditioning systems. D.T. Travis can recommend the best solution for your needs with just the right system for your home or business. The Taylor Oil family of services. One number for all your energy needs. Call 410-749-2151. Day or night, our service never sleeps.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
The Oceans Calling Festival wrapped up on Sunday, and the final day of the festival ended with many showstoppers, including Dave Matthews Band, Boys to Men, Mountain Joy, and more. Despite the weather, though, it was an unforgettable weekend for all who attended.
Milford moving forward with a project to create more bicycle and pedestrian paths in the community. The city approved funding for this project design. Comes at a cost, $365,000, but get this, only 20% of that amount is coming from the city itself. The rest of the funding will come from the state of Delaware. One person we spoke with thinks this plan will help a lot of people, but that it'll specifically make a difference to high school kids.
There's also, unfortunately, no good way for students that live downtown to get to the high school. There's not a crosswalk anywhere that's safe. There's not a safe walking or biking route for students that live in the downtown Milford area to get to their school.
So let's break down where some of these changes will be made. A lot of it, the improvements will be along northwest portion of Front Street. That'll run from North Church Street to Truett Avenue and also Mill Street.
The 12th annual Tee Off for Youth Golf Tournament fundraiser takes place at the Ocean City Golf Club on Friday, November 1st. You can check in there 9:30 a.m. Shotguns start at 11. Registration is $90 per golfer, and all proceeds will support underprivileged youth in Worcester County Recreation and Parks programs. So if you want to participate, just register online or in person by October 25th.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey is back with us. Bob, we did get that sunny Saturday at the beach, so I don't think the sun is going to be much in play for at least today at the beach.
No, we had a lot of clouds on Sunday as well. So today is similar. Lots of clouds. Not the best beach day, but then again, it's the last day of September. I don't know how many people are at the beach nowadays, but Chincoteague and Assateague, lots of clouds for you, beginning in the upper 60s. You can see we only rise a couple degrees. Our UV index is low to moderate. Rip current threat is moderate. Waves around 3 to 5 feet with a northeast wind. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, lots of clouds today, and close to around 70 degrees for you. On the bay side, we're looking at Cambridge with lots of clouds and temperatures into the low 70s. Crisfield, similar conditions, 73 around noon, maybe dipping down to 72 by 5 o'clock as we're dealing with these pesky areas of drizzle and light rain that are sticking around for a couple more days. And it looks like it finally dries out by Wednesday and then after that as well. I'll have much more in your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you. Coming up when Coast TV News Today returns, we have new details about a crash and a robbery in Ellendale.
Also, concert ticket scams in Ocean City, how to ensure you're buying legitimate tickets to the town's upcoming music festival.
And also after the break, we're telling you how getting a liquor permit in Worcester County got a whole lot easier. We'll be right back.
The Delaware Celebration of Jazz presents Cancer Survivor Night, an evening of music and dance benefiting the Beatty Tunnel Cancer Center. Tickets are just $39 and is your chance to make a difference. Show your support by purchasing or gifting tickets today. For more information, visit RehobothJazz.com.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at CoastTV.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
I would never take a tax credit that I wasn't entitled to.
Angela Also Brooks took tax deductions she did not qualify for.
Also Brooks improperly took advantage of tax breaks she did not qualify for.
Also Brooks claimed a homestead tax break for a townhouse she rented.
Also Brooks is accused of improperly claiming senior citizens tax breaks.
She used multiple methods which she was not qualified for to save thousands of dollars.
No, I don't believe I'm above the law.
Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Make sure your neighborhood feels like home with landscaping and property services by Herker Property Maintenance. We combine science and art to create and maintain the landscape masterpiece you've always dreamed of. We can handle the largest developments and commercial properties all over and provide a consistent data evaluation to keep your property perfectly maintained. Clean, innovative, fast, reliable, from landscaping to pavement services and everything in between. Take an innovative approach with Herker Property Maintenance.
Calling all truckers. Rigs from across the U.S. roll into town to be part of the 22nd Annual Truck Convoy for Special Olympics, Saturday, October 5th. Over 200 trucks take a police-escorted ride from the Delaware State Fairgrounds and parade throughout southern Delaware. All proceeds benefit thousands of athletes who train and compete year-round here in Delaware. Participants must be pre-registered by September 30th. For more info and to register, visit SODE.org.
Now on Coast TV News.
September is ending on a damp note for Delmarva. Lots of clouds across the region this morning. Areas of drizzle and more drizzle and light rain is on the way. Then we finally dry it out by Wednesday. Forecast details coming up.
Havoc from Helene, the rescue efforts and cleanup underway after the massive system hit the U.S.
Trooper tracks a trio. We have an update on a crash in Ellendale that led to the arrest of 3 men.
Digital drink deal. The new system in Worcester County designed to make getting a liquor license easier for one-day events.
This is Coast TV News Today.
September 30th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, the time is 5:29. And Paige, if you like Sunday,
Yeah.
I have a feeling you're going to like today as well. Weather seems to be about the same. And yesterday, I was at the Walk for Prostate Cancer, Cape Henlopen State Park, hosted by our own Paul Williams. He had a great turnout there. Really good event.
Good. Did people need their rain ponchos?
They did not.
Good.
I know he was saying there would be some available, but we did not need our rain ponchos on Sunday.
Everything always works out, doesn't it? That's lovely. So, yeah, let's bring in Bob right now. Bob, I was surprised, though, that it's a little warmer today. At least that's what it feels like.
A little warmer and a little muggier as well, as we're dealing with a lot of clouds out there, and that muggy feel will be sticking around for a couple of days as we're dealing with a lot of clouds and some drizzle. You don't see it on radar, not seeing much green. Well, maybe a little bit around Oxford right now, back through the Baltimore area, D.C. seeing some rain and some more legit light rain off to our south and west. And basically the bottom line is today is going to be cloudy and kind of murky as we're watching this spin here, this upper level low, which has actually got moisture from Helene with it. It'll be moving to the east and keeping our weather unsettled the next couple of days. Out the door, temperatures into the 60s right now. We've got a northeast wind, a little gustier along the beaches. So here's Futurecast, lots of clouds, maybe a few breaks. We'll see that patchy drizzle, kind of a nuisance rain as we go through the morning hours. Temperatures only into the low 70s by noon, around 71 in Seaford, Selbyville 72, Dewey Beach 68, and this raw northeast wind will continue into the afternoon with highs only into the lower 70s. And we keep it kind of murky into the evening hours. UV index today sponsored by Ocean City. Low to moderate range. It's a 3. So grab that sunscreen. You know, that UV does still peek through the clouds today and this time of year. And we're looking at the medium range the next few days. And then we're in the high range. You have to be more careful by Thursday and Friday.
Thank you, Bob. Rescue efforts are underway as communities across several states are dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. In North Carolina, hundreds have been rescued, dozens still missing.
Yeah, and about 2.5 million people are still without power across 5 states. Even Rodriguez is in Keaton Beach, Florida, where much of that town there was leveled.
Communities in the southeast are grappling with widespread devastation after Helene made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane on Thursday. Asheville, North Carolina is experiencing the worst of it as entire communities have been trapped by floodwaters.
We've lost communications capabilities. It's very difficult for us to move around the community. Many of the roads are closed. Trees are down. We're clearing those as quick as we can. And a lot of the critical infrastructure that we become used to every day in normal times is now gone, and we have to work around it.
Hundreds of roads remain closed in western North Carolina Sunday. Crews are working to reach people who are trapped with limited supplies.
Our biggest need right now is to take care of the people that live in this community. We need water desperately. We have yet to receive any water.
Millions of people remain without power across several states, including Tennessee, where dozens had to be rescued from floodwaters on a rooftop of a hospital.
I've never seen a hurricane disaster in Tennessee that has looked like this, not in the years that I've been here.
In Florida, where Helene made landfall, communities were wiped out from storm surge and strong winds. Countless residents are displaced. Boil water notices are in place in multiple counties.
We've got a couple things to remedy, but then it's mostly going to be the homes and the businesses and fixing that.
In Keaton Beach, Florida, I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
We have some new information this morning about an accident in Ellendale that we first brought to you on Friday. According to Delaware State Police, it was early Friday morning around 2:30 a.m. A black Honda CR-V was swerving all over the road. A trooper tried to pull the car over, but instead that car took off and it turned into a chase. Eventually it crashed into a parked truck, and you can see the results of that right there. 2 men in the vehicle were taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. But here's where things take another turn. It was also on Friday, a burglar alarm at Chic at the Beach in Lewis. The suspects there were reportedly also in a black Honda CR-V. Delaware State Police reports that during an investigation, they found stolen merchandise from that business in the vehicle. 3 arrests have been made and multiple charges have been filed. 34-year-old Richard Francis, 20-year-old Marcus Gallman, 20-year-old Elon Melson were all arrested, but a 4th suspect is still missing. Happening right now, Ocean City Police Department wants concert fans to be on the lookout for scams. Ocean's Calling, it's all finished up last night, but next week it's Country Calling. That's sold out. And with that in mind, OCPD is warning you, look out for last-minute tickets that they should do their homework. You can get verified resale tickets for events that you probably want what you want so you don't lose your hard-earned cash, but deals that look good, probably too good to be true. OCPD also says beware of tickets that are significantly cheaper than $100.
Yeah, this does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We're asking, have you ever been scammed?
I don't know if I have ever been scammed. I can't remember, but I would probably vote yes, because probably, right? I mean, a lot of us have. 74%
I think I
of you.
have, yeah.
I probably have. 13% of you said no. Okay, if this went down a little bit. 13% of you are too embarrassed to say, but you don't have to be embarrassed because we don't know what you voted for.
It's anonymous.
It's anonymous, people. So go ahead and vote. CoastTV.com/vote to vote on our app, and we'll continue to show you some updated results. Right now, though, here's a drink that goes down easy. Nonprofits and businesses looking to have alcohol at their events in Worcester County. They used to have to apply in person in Snow Hill, but now event organizers in Worcester County can apply anywhere they please.
Yeah, it's a bit of a drive if you're in Ocean City, and Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us how the permitting process just got a lot easier.
Getting a one-day liquor permit for events in Worcester County will now be simpler, more convenient, and online. The Worcester County Development Review and Permitting released a statement last week regarding changes they're making, and locals Ann and Thomas Burke like the change.
It's good for business.
The permitting process for a one-day liquor permit, which can now be done completely online, used to be a real hassle. Organizers would have to drive over to the Worcester County Government Center in Snow Hill to pick up the permit. Matthew Lake, the Deputy Director of Permitting, says taking this process online will be much easier for everyone.
We're here to serve the public, we're here to get the nonprofits out there, and we want everybody to have a good time here.
The positive feedback is already rolling in.
It helps if you can make the process a little bit easier for them, and so I think that the idea of doing that online is certainly up with the times.
Taking the liquor permitting process online where saving time and effort is just a click away. If you're looking to have a one-day liquor per diem permit license for your event, be sure to submit it 30 days prior for approval. I'm Kevin Zapay in Snow Hill, Coast TV News.
And we still have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, it's a big week for pop music fans. We're telling you which artists are set to release some new music.
And Raven on the run. How a big game by Derrick Henry led to a rout of the Bills. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Meet us downtown and shop till you drop. The Rehoboth Beach Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce announces their 47th annual Fall Sidewalk Sale. Join us Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th. Shop downtown Rehoboth Beach and resort area for a tax-free shopping extravaganza. Save on everything from clothes to accessory and gift items. And bring your husband. Waiting at the beach isn't half bad, and parking is free. Join us downtown at the Rehoboth Dewey Beach 47th annual Fall Sidewalk Sale. Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th.
Come home to Crawl Street Tavern, where everyone's a local. Home to the Crawl Daddy Light Craft Beer. Start your day off right with breakfast classics. Indulge in your favorite pub grub, amazing wings, and killer crab cakes. Live music every weekend. Located on Waikomico Street, just steps away from the Ocean City Boardwalk. Open every day starting at 8 a.m.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico.
Find your summertime style at H&H Furniture and Appliances in Pocomoke. Refresh your home with our huge in-stock selection. Ask about our prompt delivery and up to 12 months interest-free financing. Try out our full range of Serta mattresses, America's #1 mattress brand. Relax in our Lazy Boy Motion Furniture Gallery. Browse our full line of appliances like Speed Queen. And trust our professional and experienced service and installation team. Make your home a reflection of you at H&H Furniture and Appliances in Pocomoke.
5:39 on our Monday morning. Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam in Ocean City. See the branches moving around a little bit in the breeze. Lots of clouds, maybe a little bit of drizzle for you. 69 degrees. Visibility is good, down to 6 miles, maybe in some haze, a little bit of fog in Salisbury. We're looking at a lot of clouds, maybe a few breaks here and there with drizzle. Not seeing really a lot of radar action across the region. Seeing some showers around Baltimore, back through the I-95 corridor, and some of that light rain could be moving in as we go through the day. Otherwise, we have this upper level low back to our west. It's a slow mover, so we're going to be in the clouds and showers the next few days. Temperatures out the door in the mid to upper 60s with the northeast breeze, kind of adding to the misery a little bit today. Here's your drive cascade with the yellow light out the door. Drizzle, light rain. Look for the wet roads. Watch out for the wet roads, and also watch for the leaves. Could make it a little slippery out there. And for the PM commute, I gave it the yellow light as well. Remember, another way to get your forecast is the CoastTV First Alert weather phone. It's sponsored by Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Week 4 in the NFL, the Ravens back home with a chance to get back to 500. It's been an inconsistent start to the season, to say the least, for the Ravens. After 3 weeks, Baltimore's offense averaging a league best 430 yards per game, yet their point production was only ranked 11th. So a focus on more scoring, key in their matchup with the Bills. As seen here just hours ago on Coast TV, early first quarter, you want a sign this was going to be the Ravens' night. Here it is. Derrick Henry up the middle, through the first wave, through all the waves. Race is on, nobody catching Henry. 87 yards, and the Ravens take a 7-0 lead. We go start of the second. Lamar Jackson swings it to Henry. He's not a homebody. Derrick Henry's having a house party. 35-10, big win for the Ravens, handing the Bills their first loss of the season. Baltimore now 2-2. Game at Cincinnati next week. Earlier in the day, the Eagles back at the scene of the crime. Tampa Bay, that's where the Birds were blown out in the playoffs last season. More the same. Eagles allow the Bucs to rack up 445 yards. Tampa quarterback Baker Mayfield threw for 347 and 2 touchdowns. Embarrassing effort by the Eagles in a 33-16 loss. Let's go to Arizona. Road trip for Washington. Jane Daniels continues to impress. The rookie quarterback ran for a touchdown. He threw a touchdown pass. How about your Washington team, Paige?
Woohoo!
Your first place Washington team, 3 wins in a row for the Burgundy and Gold after a 42-14 win over the Cardinals. Coming up today on the Delmarva Sports Network at 4 o'clock, Smyrna at Delmar Field Hockey. Then at 6, it's girls volleyball with Queen Anne's at North Dorchester. 10 p.m. post time, and at 10:30, it is the final score. Over on the DSM Plus app, that main game is the 6 o'clock game with Queen Anne's at North Dorchester and girls volleyball. And then here are your DSM Plus exclusives. 3:30, boys soccer, Salisbury School and First State Military Academy. 5 o'clock, Chincoteague at Salisbury Christian. That's in girls volleyball. 5:15, Delmarva Christian at Lake Forest, also in girls volleyball.
Hey, here's something to look forward to on Tuesday, October 1st at 8 p.m. Delmarva Sports Network will air Faith, Family, and Field Hockey, the legacy of Susan Pusey. Coach Pusey was a force in Pocomoke, winning 16 state titles in field hockey over 28 years as head coach. In your entertainment news now, Lady Gaga isn't the only pop singer with a new album out this week. Katy Perry releases 2. Rick Damigella has that story and more in this Hollywood Minute.
That's Katy Perry singing Lifetimes. The song is from her new album 143, which released just a week ago. Earlier this week, Perry announced the release of 143 I Love You More. The digital-only album expands the original with an additional 3 songs.
Daryl Dixon, I heard you were dead.
Oh, yeah. Norman Reedus finds himself in France facing off against Le Mort Vivant in The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol. The second season of the series debuts this weekend on AMC and AMC+. And apologies to gamers in the audience for pointing out it has been 25 years since the release of Worms Armageddon. The good news is Team 17 has released an anniversary edition of the turn-based strategy title, playable now on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox consoles. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
When Coast TV News Today returns, stay safe and protected this flu season. We have details about a local clinic offering free flu shots.
Grab the umbrella out the door. Some patchy drizzle out there. Looking a little murky in Salisbury right now in the Spicer Brothers camp, and temperatures warming into the 60s. Not warming up too much today, as it's going to be pretty damp and wet, but things do finally dry out midweek, and then good for the rest of the week. I'll have your full forecast coming up in 2 minutes.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division like myself in cabinetry to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs. And your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
It was very important to find somebody that was knowledgeable in the whole picture, the cabinetry, the appliances, and the countertop. We are delighted with the outcome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, CoastTV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
My dad just wrapped up a new well at this beautiful new home in Del Mar. Let's hear from these happy new homeowners.
I didn't really expect him to finish up in 6 inches of mud.
But he did it. We were very happy with the quality of the job they done.
He's nothing but the best products.
And we highly recommend them.
I don't recommend a lot of people, but I would recommend Daisy's Well Drilling. They're just a phone call away.
Way to go, Dad. Daisy's Well Drilling. Family owned and operated since 1941.
Time is now 5:46, and we are going to go live now to Ocean City, see what's going on there. It looks like a fun time in OC. I love that the lights stay up all night long. And, Bob, a real good time to maybe be out and about this, well, I was going to say this week, but today in Ocean City.
Yeah, I think if you can brave the drizzle and light rain a little bit, then we should be okay. But it's going to be kind of a damp day to be outside. Here's our 5-day precipitation chances. Today, I'm expecting about a 40% chance of drizzle and light rain. So not everybody's going to see it. It's just kind of a patchy thing. And then a 50% chance on Tuesday, a 20% chance of rain early Wednesday. Then we finally dry things out. It's been a while since we've seen zeros for rain chance, but it looks like that's the case by Thursday and Friday. It's been so muggy lately. It looks like that trend continues today, but then we do start to dry things out as we go through the week ahead. So we do get some relief from this tropical-like air mass. Temperatures now 69 Indian River Inlet, Georgetown 66 in Seaford right now. We've got a northeasterly breeze, and with that onshore flow at time of high tide, watch for a little bit of inundation, maybe some minor flooding, not a big deal. We are looking at lighter winds inland. We're looking at clouds and radar right now, and a lot of low clouds and maybe a little bit of drizzle out there, some light rain. The steadier rain is back towards the I-95 corridor. Baltimore's seeing the rain farther south into the Richmond area, and some of this steadier rain could be making its way our way as we go through the morning hours. What we have is a big upper level low back to our west, and some of that moisture is actually from Helene from a few days ago. So the remnant moisture will continue to slowly move our way. This upper level low will be creeping our way as we go through the next couple days. And then behind this, we finally have some high pressure that will start to dry us out by the middle to end part of the week. Futurecast this morning has us locked in with the clouds. In fact, we're in the clouds really much of the day. Some drizzle, some light rain with that northeast flow, and temperatures pretty much steady all day. Lower 70s inland, some upper 60s at the coast, and by mid-afternoon, only about 72 in Millsboro, 73 in Salisbury, 69 in Fenwick Island. And for this evening, still pretty cloudy and drizzly, and that'll be the case through the overnight hours. Moving into your Tuesday morning, still pretty much similar conditions, looking at a lot of clouds, some patchy light rain, and that east-northeast wind pretty persistent. So temperatures still pretty cool into the 60s and lower 70s. Should start to see some clearing as we go into Tuesday evening, as we see a lot of this moisture begin to move offshore. Still could see some residual clouds into Thursday, but I think the trend is for drier conditions, especially as we go into Friday and the weekend. Not expecting a lot of rain the next few days, only a few hundredths of an inch of rain as we go through the next couple of days. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Kind of drizzly, rainy today, 72. The same for Tuesday, 71. Then we finally start to dry it out by Wednesday, mid-70s with upper 70s for the end of the week. And as of now, the first weekend in October looks pretty good. 77 mostly sunny Saturday, 74 on Sunday with sunshine and lows in the 50s into the weekend.
Thank you. The Wicomico County Health Department is changing its hours for its medical assistance transportation program, so heads up, beginning today, services will be available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m., excluding holidays. The program offers free, non-emergency transportation for eligible medical assistance recipients in Wicomico County.
Tidal Health will have their annual Delaware Flu Clinic at the Apple Scrapple Festival Saturday, October the 12th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is in Bridgeville. Clinical teams will be providing the walk-up vaccines and will be located at the Tidal Health Community Wellness Van next to the firehouse. Seasonal flu shots will be given to ages 8 and older.
Coming up after this break, whooping cough cases are on the rise. Tips on how to protect yourself and your loved ones.
Kind of drizzly out there this morning. Bring the umbrella just in case. Right now, Dover 64 and cloudy. Rain chances the next couple of days. Then we finally dry things out midweek, and that continues into the weekend. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Before I had my hearing loss treated at Mass Audiology, I had a hard time trying to participate in daily activities. Now I can hear.
If you're having trouble hearing, you should schedule a diagnostic hearing evaluation with an audiologist. If a hearing aid is necessary, the audiologist should prescribe a hearing aid and verify it using real ear measurements to ensure that it fits your needs. Call Mass Audiology and ask how Signia hearing aids can treat your hearing loss. To learn more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy.
To learn more, visit nationalguard.com/DC.
Hi, I'm Scott Cower from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's is a little seafood shack on Coastal Highway, serving lunch and dinner daily, featuring seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-inspired nightly specials, along with a large selection of craft ales, cocktails, and our extensive wine list. Matt's is a perfect place to enjoy dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or lunch in the lobster room. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. See you soon.
Beachy Furniture.
I think it's pronounced Beach.
Maybe it's Besh.
Welcome to Beachy Furniture.
So that's how you say it.
No matter how you say it, if you're in the market for new furniture, just remember, it better be Beachy. From bedding, dining, and comfortable seating indoors and out, to traditional and contemporary styles for every room in your home, you'll have everyone talking when you hear the name.
It's not pronounced Bichet.
Beachy Furniture, located next to the Mermaid a few miles from the Delaware beaches on US Route 9.
Introducing the future of crawl space restoration. DryTech is joining the teams of Delaware Crawl Space and Guardian Crawl Space. 3 trusted companies in the industry are coming together to serve you better, serving a larger area across Delmarva. Independently, with over 40 years of experience in environmental, health, and construction, our team provides exceptional crawl space solutions.
Dave and I have been blessed to call this place home our entire lives. We love serving the people of this community.
And we're here for your next crawl space project. Have you DryTech yet?
It's a common disease in the U.S., but cases of whooping cough are on the rise and seem to be higher this year than what we saw at this time last year.
Yeah, in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has what to know about whooping cough and how to protect yourself and your loved ones.
Cases of whooping cough are surging in the U.S., 5 times higher than they were at the same point last year, according to preliminary data from the CDC.
And that's even before we really enter respiratory virus season, where I think that we're going to see even more cases as we go forward.
Dr. Donald Dumford with Cleveland Clinic says years ago, before the development of a vaccine, there were many more whooping cough cases. This year's number of cases is more in line with pre-pandemic levels. But for those most vulnerable, like young children and the elderly, that's concerning.
About a third of infants will get hospitalized, and actually about 1% of infants that develop whooping cough will actually die from the infection.
The CDC says early symptoms can mimic a common cold. 1 to 2 weeks after those start, there can be rapid, violent, and uncontrolled coughing fits that can make it hard for a person to breathe and can last up to 10 weeks.
They can kind of get blue in the face, and then there's a very sharp intake of air that kind of causes this whoop.
Dumford says the best protection against whooping cough is vaccination. It's typically given to young children, but he says it's recommended for adults who haven't received it too, along with boosters. And it's especially important for those who are pregnant.
Remember that infants very highly rely on their mothers for their immune system over those first 6 months of life.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And Dumford says healthy habits can also help protect people. That includes hand washing, getting good nutrition and sleep. And if you do get sick, stay at home and to mask to protect those around you.
Time is now 5:55, and it's time to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day.
Let us do that. Today's Coastal Pet of the Day is this pooch who might be in need of some more breakfast. Paige, that bowl's empty there.
Yeah, what the heck? Oh, that's so cute. This was sent to us by Rory. And, who did our director say it looks like?
Lady from Lady and the Tramp.
That's right.
Cody said that, our director.
A very hungry Lady in the Tramp. That's adorable.
Yeah.
All right, keep sending us photos of your pets. We love seeing them. Tell us what makes your pet so special.
Scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is coming up on 5:56, and it's time now for a look at your forecast before you head out your door.
It looks like a bit of a damp start to our Monday, Bob.
It is a little damp. I like to call this kind of nuisance rain. It's a little annoying, just enough to get the wipers going and enough to grab the umbrella and raincoat out the door. But make sure you do that out the door this morning. And same for the kids to the bus stop. Lots of clouds, some drizzle, some light rain. Temperatures, look at this, rising slowly through the 60s into the low 70s, and a raw northeast wind as well. We only top out today at 72 degrees. That's below average. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. I think we're looking at more drizzle and light rain on Tuesday, 71. Then a cold front finally moves through later Wednesday, 74. Upper 70s, pretty nice Thursday and Friday. And as of now, the weekend looking good. Mostly sunny Saturday, 77. Sunday, sunshine, 74. Looks like our next chance for rain comes early next week, both Monday and Tuesday, and then cooling off a little more by Tuesday and Wednesday with 70s for highs and lower 50s for lows.
Thanks, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, speeding suspects arrested, the wild chase that led to a crash in Ellendale, and the connection to a Lewis burglary. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.